So last tutorial we learnt how to add background color by going into our page properties, and also how to change the color of links, and also how to add a basic table in, and in which case I did 3 rows, so that I had a row for my banner, a row for my links, and a row for my content, which I'm going to add in this section. Uh, and I had done it as 3 columns so I could split those up. I could have also done it as 1 column and had those closer together. So if I decided that I didn't like, and if we have a look at F12, if I didn't like them spread out so much like that, it looks a little bit odd. I might decide that I want to combine them up. So what I could always do is just drag them into the one cell and then, merge those cells together if I wanted to. And then if I, like this one, I could have it left aligned or center aligned. It's a good idea to be consistent. So I'm going to have these on the left. I would make my banner on the left. If I want to have it centered, I would make my buttons on here centered as well, which I could do by going in to clicking in my cell and again changing that horizontal alignment, so making it center. So now if we've got something like this, let's just save it, F12 it. Probably looks a little bit nicer this way. So I've got my home games and about. So I might decide that I now want to actually start to create some kind of content. So I could always change my background color on my cell if I wanted to, or I might just type it straight in. Depends on what I feel like doing. So if I'm happy with this kind of style, I can always save it. I can do a save as and save it as my games and about as well. Just so that I've got, so let's just close that one off. So I can do a save as and save it as about as well. So I've got them all the same, and now it means I can start to add my content in. So my content is in this Word document here. I've added some content that you can use. You can also type your own stuff in. So you can reuse some of this stuff on different pages, break it up. So let's just grab let's just grab the first few lines and add that into my index. And at the moment I've got about open, so I'm just going to double click to open up index. I'm just going to paste it straight in there. And you can see here I've got some text, and I probably don't like that font, so I might decide that I want to change the font. Also might want to center it. So again, I can go in here, do a center. I might decide to change the style of my font. So at the moment it's default, which is going to be Times New Roman, but I want to change it to an Arial. And you can see here that I've got my Arial happening. Now, if I was writing this in HTML, which is probably going to be a little bit different if we go in and have a look at it, but so you can see here it's going to want to apply classes, but generally I make this my H1. As you can see here, it's actually done that. It's put in H1. So H1 refers to heading. So heading, not level 1 heading, and then I could have level 2 headings, which would be a bit smaller, level 3 headings, which would be smaller than that. So I could have headings and subheadings. So, because it's Jim's video, okay, it's first thing, I want it to be nice and bold, and Dreamweaver's actually realised that I probably want it as a heading, so it's put it in there, but it's added its own style because I've changed the font in there. So there's Jim's Video Arcade. Feel free to have a look around. So there's my index happening, and that's what it looks like in my split view. So I can save that, have a look, see what it looks like. So we go, that's a basic page happening. I can do the same for my other pages, go in and do an about, take some of this content. So this is all about Jim, so I'm going to take this stuff and put it in the about page because this is all about Jim. So again, I'm going to change that font to be Arial, and again I could decide if I wanted to make it centered. There we go. So I've got all that stuff in there if I want. Then what we can actually do is start to work with links. I'll come back to that in a minute after we've done our games. So last one is to add games. Come in here, grab the games text, add that in. Again, change my fonts, and I'm going to center align it. You don't always have to align it, and in this case I might decide that I don't like the way this is lining up, so I might want to actually change this a little bit in a minute. I can do that by creating it as a list, which I'll show you how to do. For now, I'm going to leave it as it is. Just save it. Have a look by F12ing and checking out my index. And remember that home, games, and about should all work. So there we go. So they're all working. So that's just a matter of checking, particularly in my about page, checking that my email link works. And the way I check that out now, actually, because I've pasted it in from that Word document, it's actually done it all right anyway, because Microsoft Word tends to want to add in the right code. But if I had to write that from scratch, so let's just imagine that it's not a link. What we can do is, remember there's a few different types of links. We've got our relative links, which is, say, linking it to about.html, games.html, etc, etc, etc. I've got my absolute links, which is typing my HTTP and then putting the link address in there. If I do a mail to link or an email link, which is the case here, I can put jim@jimsarcade.com.au, but in order to tell it that it's an email link, I'm going to need to go and add mail to and a colon at the start. And that tells it that it's an email link. And if I don't know that or I forget, the other way to do it is by coming in here and up the top in insert, you can actually select email link. And you could do it that way, and you can see there that's going to actually add it. So if I've forgotten, I could come in, select it to an email link, and then when we see here, it's added that mail to for us. And you can see that those properties I saved with my email, with my anchor tags, my link properties in terms of font colors have actually saved, because that's all nice and yellow. So if I go in and have a look, F12, and you can see it turns white when I click on it. So there we go. It's all working.